In my last video, I showed you how filter selects the rows you need. But what about the columns? Most people still delete, hide, or copy paste. Today, I'll show you the clean, dynamic way. Choose calls. Choose calls answers one simple question: which columns do I want to see? It doesn't filter rows, it controls the structure of your output. Now here's the table that we've been working with in the previous video. We have the employee ID and employee name columns. We have the tenures and date, department, productivity, error percentages, etc. I only want employee name and department and productivity, right? So the employee name column, department column, and the productivity column. That's all I want to be returned. Watch how the choose calls function helps me out with this. So here's how the function works. Equals to choose calls. Now the first argument here is the array. The array is nothing but the table that we want, from where we want the columns to be selected. So this is the table, comma. Now I can specify which columns from this table I want to be returned, right? Now how do I do that? Each column in the table that we have selected is numbered. So this is the first column, this is the second column, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, right? So now I can, basically specify the number of the column that I want to be returned. So the first column is employee name, which is the second column here. So I can simply enter 2, comma. Then we need the department column, which is the fourth column, so 4. And finally, we need the productivity column, which is the fifth column, so 5. If I close the function and press enter, it's giving me all the rows from just these 3 columns. So that's how the choose calls function works. You can also use the choose calls function to restructure your data. Let me show you what I mean. Look at this. We have the same columns, right? We are expecting the same columns that we have here in this table. But if you look carefully, you'll see that the structure, or the way these columns are arranged, is different from what we have in the original table. We can use the choose calls function to return the table in this format. Okay, let's see how that works. I'm going to start off with the function equals to choose calls, bracket open. I'm again going to select the entire table as an array, comma. This time around, I can specify the numbers of the column according to what we have here. So employee ID is the first column here. So that's what we need first. So 1. The second column we are looking for is productivity, which is the fifth column here, right? So 5. Tenure is the third column, 3. Employee name is the second column, so 2. And error percentage is the sixth column. And finally, department is the fourth column, right? So I can now close the function, press enter, and you can see we have the same table returned in a totally different format altogether. So that is again another thing that you can do with the choose calls function. You can not only return specific columns, you can also restructure the data. Okay, now let's tie this up with the filter function that we learned about in the previous video, and let's see how this can be utilized in the filter function to get more specific data from our original table. What if I want only the sales department, but just these 4 columns: employee ID, employee name, department, and productivity? Filter can handle the rows, but it brings back everything, right? Now, if we combine filter with choose calls, first filter decides the rows, then choose calls will decide the columns you want to be returned. This is how professionals build dynamic reports, and let me show you how that works. Equals to filter. The array that we're looking for is this, but instead of selecting all of this, I'm first going to enter the choose calls function, and into this I'll enter the array. That's the first argument, right? Comma. Now I can specify the columns I'm looking for. I want the first column, which is employee ID, 1. Employee name is the second column, so 2. Department is the fourth column, 4. And productivity is the fifth column, 5. Close the bracket. So this will basically work as the array for my filter function, right? Comma. Now this time around, I can specify that I'm only looking for the sales department, right? So I can select the department column equals to sales, If I close the bracket now and press enter, you can see I have now just the columns that I wanted, but the data is also filtered based on the condition that I provided. Master this combo and Excel starts working for you. Save this, practice it, and let me know if you found this video informative, right? If you liked the video, please press the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. More powerful formulas coming up next. Thank you so much. Take care. Goodbye.